Welcome back, people. I'm your host, Full Circle 420, and today I'm doing another presentation for my podcast, and also for my YouTube. For those who cannot watch my podcast, and some because I know some countries would not allow that. However, they do allow my podcast in Spotify and various other platforms. And before I continue, I'd like to give a shout out to the Traveling Vegan Cannabis website. Also, like to give a shout out to Dom Hart, V Castillo, and the First Lady of the West Coast. All right, so let's get started. The title of this presentation is the Ten Commandments of the Cannabis Consumer. I did a article about this 2 years ago, and I um, did an article and I put down the Ten Commandments. However, what I did not do is go more into detail about exactly what these commandments mean. So let's get started. And let's say the title of this presentation is The Ten Commandments of the Cannabis Consumer. Now, I'm also going to talk about not only just commandments and what they not only commandments and what they mean, but I'm also going to go more in depth to is also speaks about real life scenarios. It also talks about not only just for the community, but for your life period. So I just want to get started. Oh, also, again, before I start this article, I'd like to give a shout out to the V Castillo, the Travel Video Cannabis website. And also give a shout out to Dom Hart and the First Lady of the West Coast, um, First Lady of the West Coast with the Black Girl Magic OG and the Herbal Life Cultivation, and also to all our sponsors. All right, so let's get started. All right, so again, this is the Ten Commandments of the Cannabis Consumer, because there's commandments for everything you do in life, and this is not anything. This is not unusual. But there always got to be commandments of everything you do to have rules and regulations and to have a quality of life, though. So let's get started. Ten Commandments. As you can see on my as you can see on my podcast on my PowerPoint, I see that there's a cannabis and there's the Ten Commandments in the back. You know what I'm saying? Surrounded by the universe, though. All right, let's get started. So we're going to talk about the first commandment, which is the first commandment. You shall not allow anyone to control your narrative. You have the final say. So, ooh, that's a good one right there. Because not only there's too many people in this world that allow others to tell you who you are or to tell you what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. I do get it that people their intentions may be good. However, when you're not, is it starts off you just giving advice. Then it says, well, you should maybe say that, which is fine. But then it goes from that to, well, you're going to do this. You're going to listen to what I'm gonna say, and I'm right, you're wrong, and that is what it is. No, that's not. So basically, what that first commandment really means is you do what you need to do in order for your life to be prosperous, not what somebody else tell you what to do in your life. You see what I'm saying? So that's the first commandment right there. And also, I do read, I do read various spirituality propaganda. You know what I'm saying? It's not propaganda, but that's only what I could think of right now. And basically, this first commandment, I got the idea from, surprisingly, the Satanic Bible with the seven tenets of Satanism, and that's like one of their tenets is you shall not force your will to you should not force your will on anybody. Everything has to be consensual and willing. Break that down. You should not allow anyone to control your narrative. You have the final say. So, Do or die will. Do what you need to do for you to be survived, to be satisfied, not everybody else. Okay, and that I think that has got to be the first commandment because, quite frankly, the other 10 commandments, they are right, but they're not exactly. They're the first four self-absorbed. So this covers everybody. You, as in you, should not allow anyone to control your narrative. You have the final say. So, okay. Second commandment. Ooh. Second commandment. You shall not be direct. You should not. You shall not be disrespected for the vice that you choose to consume. You notice I say consume and not use. I don't use. Sometimes it's a slip, but I usually don't use the terminology, especially when it comes to cannabis. I don't use the word use. I use consume because when you consume something, you get the benefit. When you use something, you just use it. Like I'm using this vape right here, or I'm using this pipe right here, or I'm using my car, or I'm using my everything that I have to use. But when I consume something, I I don't use food, I consume it. I don't use cannabis, I consume it. Big difference. And what is it that you do? You don't have to tolerate disrespect. That's number one. Well, especially when it comes to cannabis and people like, oh man, I don't wanna I'm not trying to smoke weed. That's back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And you should people who do this should have told them, like, look here, you talk about me consuming cannabis, but yeah, you smoke cigarettes. You smoke 3 packs of cigarettes per day. And also, they didn't tell you back in the day that shitty ass cigarettes cause cancer, emphysema, birth defects, and also there's another thing they didn't tell you either, especially for the men. I need y'all to listen. Cigarettes, tobacco, with all this 64 kind of 65 cancer contingents, they also didn't tell you this. Smoking too many cigarettes over the years, actually, you're in danger of having ED or erectile dysfunction because guess what cigarettes do? They constrict your blood vessels, and when your blood vessels constrict, that means they shrink. Anybody, which is everything in your all everybody everywhere in your body that has blood vessels, and when your blood vessels constrict, you're not getting that blood vo- you're not getting that blood flow through your body, and that includes your little regions as well. So think about that. Don't disrespect people for what they do. I won't. I'll tell you straight up. Cigarettes ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Cigarettes have no health benefits to it whatsoever. But I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna let you know that I don't allow cigarette smoking in my house. You go outside, you do this. I won't stop you doing what you want to do. Only you can do that. Only you can answer the question: should I be doing this or should I not be doing? I mean, I give you advice, but it is what it is. You do what you want to do. And also the second commandment as well. Um, Now, it's not disrespectful to a vice that they have was actually ruling their life. It's not disrespectful to say, "Hey, man, you shouldn't be doing that because such." That's not disrespectful. Disrespectful is, what I'm saying, you take somebody's cigarette out of their mouth, you put it on the ground, you stump it. Like, hey, why you do that? I paid for that. Okay, fine, you paid for it, but I don't want to do it. Or like, how or like how vegans and meat eaters. I'm more of a 90% of my diet is plant based. I do eat meat, but you know what I'm saying. And also, when I was a vegan for 2 years, and also when I was a vegan for that 2 years, I didn't disrespect anybody's food. You eat what you want to do. I mean, I'm doing this for me, not you. So if you want to eat steaks, go eat steak. You want to eat pork, eat your pork. If you want to eat chicken, eat your chicken. If you want to eat chicken, eat anything you fucking want to. I'm not going to disrespect you. Hell, if anything, when I was a vegan, you want a steak, I'd Just because I don't eat beef doesn't necessarily mean I don't know how to cook it. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, I ate steaks, I ate hamburgers, I ate anything that has red meat in it. Though, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And also, let me tell you something straight. Let me say something straight up. You could ask 100 vegans why did they not eat meat anymore, and I guarantee you, all 100 would say it's not that I did not like the taste of seasonings with the meat. I just didn't want to kill an animal to get the meat, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? But then again, what do you think they call apples and coconuts and any fruit that has any fruit and vegetable that has a skin? They call the stuff on the inside meat. So anyway, everybody eats meat, just a different kind. But hey, do what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? What you eat does not do anything for does not benefit nor ruins me at the same time. Do what you do. And a person smoking cigarettes, unless they're near you, smoking cigarettes is not gonna really do anything from for them or against them, as long as they're not, if there is a thing called secondhand smoke and stuff like that, especially with cannabis as well. However, only one of us will actually have a benefit, and the other, eh. But I ain't gonna disrespect you. I ain't gonna disrespect you. Nobody should ever disrespect you, unless it's not disrespectful. Like I said, it's not disrespectful if it's detrimental to your health. Other than that, do what you do, and that make and let's see. And also, people like to, and with a disrespect, that comes to my third commandment. You should not be called a drug addict. Okay, let me tell you something, and let me tell y'all something straight up, man. Drugs is shit that you have to change. Cannabis doesn't change. It's been consistent, pod consistent. It's just ever since creation. It's been consistent, consistent, consistent. It grows. Like people, when people consume cannabis, it has grown to his that's grown the psychotropic effects is from that plant. It's grown like that. You don't have to do anything for it. All you gotta do is take the seeds, spray water on it, put it on a paper towel, let that shit let the seeds spout. Then you take that seeds, you put them in a cup or you put them in a cup or you put them in a pot. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your oil, your soil, and everything you do, the water, the vegetation, and the stuff. And then you just grow like that. You don't have to soak it in anything. You don't have to make it make a make it some. Okay, I'm gonna take this cannabis plant and I'm going to make it into something you can sniff for. No, you don't have to do that. It grows just like what it grows. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not a drug. Well, any drug that well, I put it like this: a drug is anything that causes a chemical, a permanent chemical change into your body. That includes your cocaine, that includes your crack, that's your Molly, your ecstasy. Well, maybe not ecstasy. Well, no, you have ecstasy because that's not naturally grown. That's not natural. There's nothing natural about ecstasy, though. You know what I'm saying? It may came from nature, but it's not nature. You know what I'm saying? It's been it's been made into something that I don't even recognize. Also, like what's that flocka or those pills that which I was surprised that doctors give these them no fentanyl pills. I didn't realize doctor. I thought when I first heard of I fentanyl, whatever it was. I thought it was like one of those club drugs, though, like ecstasy, Molly, or anything like that. I didn't realize that doctors give that stuff. So, so I guess when it comes to cannabis, you cannot be a drug addict because number one, there's no physical addictions when it comes to cannabis. It's more psychological. It's more, it goes to your pleasure set, but it also the benefit of it is it goes to everywhere else. It also when it comes to cannabis, it also helps your endocannabinoid system. meaning that if it wasn't for that system, the central nervous system would not even exist. I mean, you can live without it, but you won't be able to, walk. You won't be walking right, nor you'll be, what I'm saying, stinking right or whatever, because the cannabinoid system is all through your body from your brain all the way down to your feet. So anything that has nerve system, nerve, anything else, the central nervous system commands that. What I'm saying? One like yeah, your central nervous system commands that. So if it wasn't for the nerves and the fused together, that's what their job is. That's what that system job is. You'll be walking, but you'll be walking, but that you're not a drug addict if you do that. That's healthy. Cocaine used to be healthy, but then they did some weird shit. They did some weird shit to it now when we touch the stuff. Because guess what? You have to do something for you to use it safely. And just anything you have to do something to make it safe for you to consume is not, that's a drug. You know what I'm saying? That's a drug. All you gotta do with cannabis is you grow it, you plant it, you pound it, you grow it, you put all the nutrients and everything else. Sometimes you do companion planting, meaning that you have your main crop there, and then you plant different ways in order to feed off, those nutrients, and also to, say have a um, naturally, what I'm saying, um, bug repellent, though, you know what I'm saying. And I have to admit, even tobacco has a, well, at least I finally found a purpose for tobacco that doesn't require anybody to consume to use that bullshit. Um, when I when you do tobacco, and so that main crop, it actually the mites and all the other insects that attacks your main crop, it actually helps them either repel or kill. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, yeah, you're not a drug addict when you consume cannabis. You are a drug addict if you consume cocaine, because if you anything eating too much of one thing is not a good thing, though. Let's just put it like that. And anything, one too much of anything is bad for you, especially when it comes to cocaine, when it comes to crack, when it comes to cigarettes, when it comes to this, that, and the other. And to be transparent, even being transparent, sometimes that includes cannabis as well. Only if it's not natural, though. There's some shit people have been putting fentanyl. I mean, unless you try to add something else to that, people been spicing cannabis with fentanyl and all that weird shit. I was like, dude, you gonna take something that's all natural and put it in something that's made from maybe made from nature, but it's not natural though. You know what I'm saying? Not everything made in nature is natural. Let's just put it like that. Okay. And that takes you to my fourth commandment. Speaking of nature, my fourth commandment, you shall enjoy this gift from nature. Enjoy it as long as you want, as long as you like. Exactly. This is a gift. Cannabis is a gift from nature. You know what I'm saying? It's been here for 70 million years ago. It was discovered as a means to consume 20,000 years ago in what we now call Asia, the continent of Asia. You know what I'm saying? And back in those days, when they when they consumed cannabis, they actually did it for health reasons. They did this. There was nothing illegal about nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why we actually listen to these people in the so-called government, which was born and could die just like you or me or anybody else. Why we gotta listen to them and telling them, well, like that whole what's that called? That reefer madness bullshit, and people using the term marijuana, which by the way, I don't really use that terminology anymore due to the fact of the matter is when I found out that using the word marijuana is just as bad as wearing a blackface and shit. Like it was a character. You know what I'm saying? Marijuana. It really means Mary Jane. Basically, when you heard marijuana, you think about marijuana, you think about the Zuzu riots, and when they attacked all the when they talked when they attacked the people from Mexico and stuff like that. So, or the quote unquote Mexicans, and that whole marijuana, that whole reefer madness thing. They was like black and Hispanics will want our women. Believe me, dude, we don't want your women. We just want to enjoy what we enjoy, what we enjoy. We're not talking, we're not even thinking about, we wasn't even thinking about them though, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, hey, be like, hey man, I got a pound of this sweet Chiba though, you know what I'm saying? You wanna hit this? Yeah, sure, let me hit that. So, roll up the joints back in the day or the pipes and then whatever, and they smoke it and we smoke out of a pipe, whatever. And then we make tinctures, we drink it, and we put it in food, we eat it. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even the very Bible says even the very Bible that people should be reading, these Christians should be reading, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? You know, even the Bible says take all the herbs and earth, take all the herbs and everything from food and enjoy it. I'm paraphrasing, but basically that's what it means. So enjoy it. Enjoy the nature. You know why? You know why you should enjoy the nature? Because anything that's good from nature is good for you. And that's the fourth commandment. Now, why would you hide it from everybody? It's like, man, I don't want to tell anybody that I smoke weed. I don't want to tell everybody because I wouldn't even think of me. And that comes to my fifth commandment. You shall not hide from other human beings. Their power is an illusion. Woo! Yes. Yes, my peoples, my Cannabinites. Everybody's power is an illusion. You're not a president. You just a motherfucker who got voted in a raft a fucking pretty much a lottery. It just picked somebody who, agree with their stance or whatever. However, he's that motherfucker's still a human being. And the Queen of England or the Queen of fuck country, whatever hell, they're still human beings. They could bleed and die just like anybody else. So therefore, having respect for anybody to or bow down to another human being, that I give that two thumbs down because the fact of the matter is they're just human beings. They're not anything special. They were born just like you, and they could die just like you. And the only difference between a black man and a white man or whatever man is out there, we're still fucking human beings. The only difference between all of us is funeral plans. At the end of the day, that's the and somebody. I remember one time somebody tried to argue me that way. No, that's not true. Dude, dude, they could die just like you. They were born just like you. They had skin. They have skin. They have this. They have that. They can speak. They can do everything that you can do, just in a different way. That's pretty much all this cultural, all this so-called race, and all this so-called bullshit. Basically, y'all doing different way. Y'all doing shit different way. You're doing different way things. You're doing the same shit. No, you're doing the same shit in different ways, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has culture. You know, everybody has culture. Everybody has ties. Everybody has this, and that, the other. That definitely does not make you better than anybody else. You're just a fucking human being, just like I am. You could bleed like I can. You could die just like me, and you will die just like me. You know what I'm saying? The extension, the release of your energy from your body, the release of the energy that have you living right now, will leave your body one day. We'll leave it. Like for instance, when my mother died, right, the person that was in that body was named Living Ann Bias. Living Ann Bias, as I know, no longer exists in that human form. Oh, sure, she may be back, but she never gonna look like that again. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, unless, you know, the ancestors, you know what I'm saying, came back, you know. But, but like I said, the power is an illusion. Human beings are just human beings. There is no race. There's just culture. And there's just same ways of doing different shit. That's it. That's all. And 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 we all need to share with each other. We need to share. And that brings to my sixth commandment. You shall not represent the cannabis. Sharing is caring. Puff, puff, pass. Exception to the rule. If there's more than one blunt or joint being passed on, then it's okay to puff, puff, puff 3 times, then pass. That's right. If you're like my home, my fam, so we used to smoke each other out, and we spoke to each other out. Sometimes it's 2 and 3. There was 2 butts, passed between us, or if there's more than 3 people, so like 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. There's like 2 or 3 in rotation. You know what I'm saying? And when I say babysit, that's basically you sitting there smoking, 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 smoking. I say, hey, puff, 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 gas, motherfucker, or puff puff pass. Stop babysitting, or you just sitting there talking. You're not doing anything. Like, can you pass that, please? Gosh, that's annoying. To be honest with you, that shit is annoying. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to smoke with other people, though. You know what I'm saying? And that. However, it is not okay to steal your medicine. That's not cool at all, man. Why you want to steal the medicine? Which that comes up to my seventh commandment. You shall not steal the cannabis. Why are you stealing the cannabis? Why are you taking things from something that don't belong to you? Not just cannabis. That means everything. We create our own laws and we break them at the same time. We we do our own crimes and then blame somebody else to do it. Now, like for instance, right? You have your people who just give themselves defense. Okay, I understand. You have people who do still to feed their family because they're like they're like down and out, have no money, have no any way in order for us to survive. So we have to do what we got to do, which is understandable. However, if that's not your case, don't be taking things that don't belong to you. If you want something, just ask. What's the worst you might can say? No. That's all you gotta do. Just ask. You don't have to steal. Just ask. You may say if they say no, okay, fine. They say no. That means that's not for you. That means that they have something they have to do. The people that you ask, they say no, okay, just take that L, get out your feelings, and move the fuck on. That's all you gotta do. But when it comes to like thievery and stuff like that, why are you stealing something that I always give to you or I always share with you? Why are you stealing from me? And anybody who steals anything from you can be trusted. And that includes cannabis as well. You stole my cannabis. Why are you doing that? Why are you stealing? Why are you stealing from me? I smoked you out. I even sold you some. I even eat you. I broke bread with you. But yet you broke my heart and you taking things from me, and most people's trigger is somebody getting taken something away from them. I mean, I know that's mine. If he might take anything from me, I'm pissed off automatically. But I'm working on that though. You know what I'm saying? But I know sometimes loss is necessary to get you through a new path in life, to get you a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? That I understand that. Loss is something that loss, especially if things are not your fault. Loss is basically if somebody's taking from you or this not working out or this, not the other. That's okay. Because everything's temporary anyway. Everything's temporary. Your life, your possessions, the money, everything you get is temporary. Because number one, I never seen anybody who had a quote unquote near death experience that went to see whatever they thought they see. And I never one time heard there was an ATM or my everything I was in earth came with me in the spiritual realm. Does not happen. Hell, you were born without clothes. Now, if that's not a loss, then I don't know what is. Though, you know what I'm saying? And also not just stealing, but taking advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? Not working, not helping you in any way, not shutting around, not this, that. You just take advantage. You want the perks, but not the responsibility. Let's just be real about that. Which comes to my eighth commandment: you shall not be taken advantage of people. Of people should put in. That's right. Because I'll give you a little scenario here, right? I had an associate, not a friend, an associate. Because if I'm close to somebody, I don't call them friends, I call them fam. So, you know what I'm saying? Or kinfolk, or whatever people call people that's close to you these days. And every time, like, especially with the cannabis, every time, like, shit, I actually share with the people who sells it with me, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's cool though. Or young lady, you know what I'm saying? Say, hey, you want to smoke me? Sure, I'll do it. And then next time, or actually, when we next time, it'll probably that day. I'll bring my stuff with me. You bring your stuff with me, and we combine it and share it. And yay! So I want you to. So I do that. So I want people to walk away from me, and I want people walking with me talking about, oh man, he never put in. He just bogus as hell like that. He never put in. I'm always smoking him out. I'm always doing that. I'm always doing that. But he never put in. Or she never put in. Woo woo. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear that shit. For real, I am not trying to hear that shit. Look, if I can't put in, then I'm like, you know what? I can't really put in right now, but the next time I got you. And when the next time comes, hopefully that same week, or maybe sometimes the next week, okay, if I can find, or because where I live, I don't have the dispensaries around here because it's not quite legal yet. However, and Oklahoma is just, and while I live in Oklahoma, it's just medical, and I don't have a medical card yet. However, I will go to Illinois, even though I haven't been to Illinois in 10 years. Or actually, no, I take that back. Let's see. No, before my mom's funeral, I wasn't there for 10 years. A lot of things changed. I didn't realize that. Well, I realized it, but I didn't realize that cannabis is legal in Illinois. However, the closest dispensary from here, for me, where I used to live at, is in Chicago. And in Chicago, it's an hour and a half west, an hour and a half east of where I lived at. Though, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't mind going up there. Hey, shit, what you gonna do? Arrest me? You know what I'm saying? However, if I can't do that, then I'm like, "Hey, I can't really put it in right now. I mean, I ain't got the money for it, but I got you though. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that. Not one person I've ever, I smoked that with cannot say that I've never put in. That's good though. Or you know what I'm saying? That's good though. Hey, but the people who take advantage of other people, that's some bullshit right there. Because the fact of the matter is, why should I do for you, but you don't do for me? You know what I'm saying? It's a give and take. It has nothing to do with any spirituality. It has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? It has anything to do with spirituality. It has anything to do with, well, it does have something to do with spirituality because it does come in together of that as well. However, it has nothing to do that you're angry with them. It has nothing to do that you got my feelings, whatever. It's cold hard fact. Why should I share with you if you don't share with me? Why? Why? I mean, unless you're in a position where you can't. See, there's a difference between can't and won't. You can't share with me because you don't have the funds, nor do you have the environment to. You don't have the funds, nor do you have any way to put into something that you really want, and you're, saying you're down now for the tip for the time being, not every time, but just the time being. So I understand that, but you won't share with me means no matter what, even if you had a pound of it, no matter what, I ain't sharing with you. And then those are the people you can't trust at all. Those are the people that, you know what I'm saying, though, and that's has a little bit not narcissistic trait to that too as well, because you want me to share you my everything that I have for you, but yeah, you only think about yourself and you won't even share with your brother or your sister or whatever. You can't be trusted. So therefore, every time you talk about it, I don't have anything. Nope, I don't have anything. Because unless you're not, if you come in empty-handed, don't come here. I had to, like I said, like I said, the social I was talking about, she never shared anything. I'm like, dude, what the hell? You said, man, let's smoke out. I was like, cool. I'm thinking myself. I was like, you gonna bring your stuff? So yeah, I'm bring myself. Okay, cool. We gonna smoke out and everything else. But then when she came back, she came over. She didn't have anything. She didn't have no food, no green, no anything like that. So therefore, I'm like, you know what? The next time you come over here, don't come empty-handed, because if we come empty-handed again, just don't even come over. Anytime you come empty-handed, just don't come over here, dude. I said that, and she hasn't been here since. You know what I'm saying? You know, and also, with that, it might seem you might think I'm being stereotypical. No, I'm not. I'm just letting know. I'm just letting people know, like, dude, don't come in here with. And then did anybody parents ever teach them? Don't come empty-handed anywhere you go. That includes money. That includes food. That includes anything that you want to do. Don't come empty-handed, though. You know what I'm saying? So when you come empty-handed, then why would I do anything for you? You come empty-handed. I could see if you was you at the temporary time that you don't have it, you don't have any way to get it. That's fine. I understand that. But if you do have it and you say, yeah, I'm gonna bring myself over, and you don't, and you expect me to support what you want to do, and you constantly do that, get the hell out of my house. Get the hell out. And don't come back empty handed. Come back, or don't come correct, or don't come at all. That is the message with that eighth commandment. Now, speaking of stereotypical, that comes to my ninth commandment. You shall not fall for the stereotypical bullshit that all people who consume weed are losers. Weed doesn't create losers. There were losers before the first puff. Is that, you know what? You know what? If anybody watches the video or anybody watching my podcast would know that this is straight up cold hard fact. You was not born a loser. You was not decided, oh man, I was supposed to weed to become a loser. No, you was a loser from the get go. You was a loser before the first puff, because some fundamentals, maybe your parents didn't teach you how to survive, or maybe no one taught you how to, like, do anything that you need to do to survive. Like pay your bills, wash your clothes. The simplicity shit though. You know what I'm saying? The simplicity shit though. And you have no drive, you have no anything, you have no anything to get yourself out that that so-called loser phase. You know what I'm saying? And then you expect people to attach themselves on attach themselves to your wagon. No, you cannot attach yourself to somebody's wagon if you're not the ones pushing it though, or if you're not the one that, you know what I'm saying. You can pull a wagon. Anybody can pull a wagon, but it depends on how heavy the wagon is, and how much was in weight in the wagon determines how hard it will be to pull the wagon though. You know what I'm saying? So I see those stupid ass commercials talking about this is your brain, this is your trains on trust. Is there any questions? And I seen that bullshit the dare to keep off drugs, dude. Most, I say about 85% of motherfuckers who did a dare program end up doing some type of substance, or sometimes a consumption though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, I wasn't at their program and I smoke weed. So, but then again, I'm a grown ass man. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? But anybody who consumes cannabis could do whatever the fuck they want to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to prove anybody or anything. You could do whatever the hell you want to. However, Everything you do does have a consequence, either good or bad. That depends on you, though. So no, weed does not create losers. Nobody had the first one like, man, I want to be a loser, man. I'm smoking weed. Weed's a gateway drug, which is bullshit. Now I'm gonna be a loser. Nah, man. You had everything you do was already inside of you. So therefore, don't blame any outside consumption consumption herbs for for you being a loser. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings, Monica. Say it slow. Get out your feelings, Monica. Say it slow. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, the people watching, that's a that's something you should pay attention to. Monica, say it slow. Monica, say it slow. Because that's what you're acting like, Monica. Say it slow. Whoever, you know what I'm saying, blames outside outside influence for your something that's inside of you. Monica, say it slow. And and kind of cannabis is a gift that was given us by the universe. And each planet in the universe has a different purpose and a different way of living. Like there's millions of galaxies out there there's millions infinite galaxies out there with infinite planets, and each planet, each galaxy has a purpose. What it is, I don't know. I've never been to any other world but Earth, though. So I know what the purpose of this planet, but I don't know everything else about any other planets. I maybe know what I saw on TV because I probably learned when I actually projected there, but I never actually physically been to these planets because some of these planets I won't be living if I was to some of these planets in these galaxies, though. You know what I'm saying? There are planets just like Earth, but I never been there. At least not physically. I never been there. But each galaxy, each planet, each universe, and there's infinite universes, by the way, just to let you know. Everything has a purpose of doing things. And basically, you take that and think about you have a plan to do everything. However, the one thing we need to stop doing is blaming other people or other outside so-called influences for your life not turning out the way you want it to be. Your life didn't turn out the way to be. It's not because of we. Your life didn't turn out to be because of you, not me, not this person, not this person, not this person, whatever. It's you. You allow things to affect you into a way that is detrimental for you, not for me. But then again, I do understand there are some traumas that we do have to heal from and everything. And it's a constant thing. It's not a one deal like, oh yes, I have no more issues. Yes, you do. Every day there's issues, but it just depends on how you reacted to them, which is something I'm definitely learning. So no, you're not a so no not one person. As a matter of fact, I can name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I could count millions of people off rip. I know people off rip who definitely not losing when it comes to cannabis, such especially me Castillo, Dom Hart, and First Lady of the West Coast through the Herb of Life Cultivation LLC, and not especially not a certain company that I just came across where we had a meeting yesterday. It was all cool and beautiful, and they definitely love you three. So what I'm saying, I know, like I said, I know I've talked to people who have businesses who are definitely not losers when it comes to cannabis. I I spoke to people, I've met people, what I'm saying, I follow people on Instagram, LinkedIn, you know what I'm saying, Facebook, who's definitely are not losers because they had the drive, they had the mind, they have the body, and they had the soul to do everything they need to do to be successful. So they're not losers. There was something inside them to say, you know what? I'm getting sick and tired of the situation I'm in. I'm going to change it. And that's exactly what the fuck they did. And I salute them. All right. All right. So, like I said before, cannabis is a gift, which brings to my last command. My last commandment, the 10th one. You, my 10th commandment, you shall take care of the gift that was given to you, communicating with nature. See what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. When I was saying when I wrote my article, basically I was coming in a place of, you know what I'm saying, when you commune with nature, you hear the sounds, you hear the words, you hear everything in nature. Nature is talking to you on a daily basis. But some of us are too deaf to hear them. Hmm. You're too deaf to hear what nature is telling you. If nature is telling, if it's raining on your wedding day, that's nature telling you, you shouldn't do that. If it snows in June, before you go out to a whatever, whatever you do, that's nature telling you, shouldn't do that. If if I don't know, if you feel some type of way about a certain person or you a bit on a certain situation, that's nature telling you, shouldn't do that. And like I said, you have to eat. Some people may have, boosters to, calcify that pineal gland, or and and when you do that, all of a sudden you start hearing not words, but you start hearing sounds and chimes, and you know what I'm saying. All this shit was invented before. All this shit was rhymed before we was even invented, though. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, and this gift, this cannabis, is something that we need to take care of because it was here long before a first human being walked through this moment on earth. It was here before the first man and woman from Africa, you know what I'm saying, came about. It was around when the dinosaurs were around, though. You know what I'm saying? So it was being here long before us, and it's gonna be here long after us. You know what I'm saying? So I see these people in the United States, whatever. They actually, why would you, if why would you burn weed though? Why would you burn weed knowing that the effects of it is, come out with either smoking it, eating it, drinking it, or whatever, vapor it, whatever. The effects will come out. So why are you burning weed again? Unless they're male plants, then that's something different. But why are you burning every plant? You know what I'm saying? Or why are you trying to take out the ground and, show us, hey, look, I caught this criminal in weed. First of all, first of all, let me tell you something straight. Let me tell you something straight. Whoever gonna be listening, I don't care if you're a cop, a judge, or the president, or whoever. We're gonna do what we're gonna do regardless, and why we're not gonna listen to you. Straight up. Why should we listen to you? You're just another human being. You're not anything special. And whatever you whatever you put on, like a badge, a gun, or the clothes, the robes, whatever, the same shit that you wear was from the very nature. So you burning something in nature, or you trying to make people not to do what's in nature. Then I need you to take your clothes off. I need you to get off that fucking badge. I need you not to have a gun. I need you not to be a judge. I don't need you to be a jury, whatever. Because saying the fucking clothes that you wear came from the came from the very nature of the cannabis that you're against. That's something you need to think about because we talking about try to have this virtual signaling like I don't smoke weed. Motherfucker, do you want a cookie? You may not do that, but you're just one person. You're not everybody. You're not anybody special. So please stop that shit for real. And another thing too, I want to get at. Another thing I want to want to get at is how can one say, well, that's dangerous, but yeah, you're doing a lot of things that can be definitely could be considered detrimental to your health, to your to your whole life, though. You know what I'm saying? Anything you say, anything you do, anything you drink, anything you eat, everything can have detrimental consequences of your actions, not my actions. I didn't get you fat. I didn't get you. no skinny. I didn't get you. I didn't kill you. I didn't, what I'm saying, put your life in danger. You did it all yourself. Well, except, if you got murdered, then somebody else did that. But beyond that, though, everything we do besides the everything we do, we control everything we do in life except the birth and the death, or what we call death, with us. That's the only things we can't control. Anything else we can control. So why are you destroying the very nature that was around before you? And you're part of nature. That's people not understanding though. Anything in nature is from nature. That includes the fucking human beings. That includes the animals. That includes the little microbes. That includes every plant there is. It's only how you use it based upon your desires, not everybody else's. All right, peoples. That is the end of this is in this presentation. It also will be on my podcast, the Blunt Truth, and will also be on my YouTube page, especially today. After I do some editing and stuff like that. Put my music on and stuff like that. And again, I'd like to give a shout out to the vegan the Traveling Vegan Cannabis website. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to B Castillo, Dom Hart, First Lady of the West Coast, the Herbalife Cultivation LLC, and all our sponsors with the and all the sponsors with our cannabis, our the Traveling Vegan Cannabis website. And I also like to give a shout out to uh, I also like to give a shout out to all the people who consume cannabis and all happy doing it all. What I'm saying? You don't have to listen to anybody to do what they do. They will do what they do regardless. And that's oh well. All right, peoples. I thank you and see you later.